Good morning, it's Barbara. It's late today. I think it's going to be chilly. We'll see. I forgot to ask Dennis. But it's sunny, so a bright day is a lovely day. So we shall see. Good morning, it's Barbara. Thank you for joining me for coffee. I'm a little late today because I had a little grumpy morning, just like things didn't go right as soon as I got up when I didn't want to get out of bed again, how I've been lately. So this is my second cup of coffee. I sat quietly not so quietly during my first cup and had my phone charging because my phone was down. We keep the dogs off the steps. We keep them downstairs during the day. The only time they're allowed upstairs anymore is when they go to bed with us because they sleep in the same room as Dennis and I. And there is a gate at the top of the steps in that sort of is designed to keep the dogs out of the three rooms that Aura has up there, a sitting room, her bedroom, and the bathroom. And the cat has those areas for himself. And but we don't want the dogs up at the top of the steps vulching and barking at the cat through that gate. So we keep them downstairs. Now we've had sort of a child gate that we manually put across, slide in and slide out. To do that, but that gate gets caught on everything, and last night I just about lost it because I was so frustrated trying to deal with it. So Dennis found a board, and he was using a board, and now the phone is ringing. He put a board. We put a board across, but the board wasn't very tall, and anyway, so I kept having to jump up because I could hear Pearl trying to deal with that board, and she got over it. So she's upstairs with Dennis at the moment, and I put the child gate back up, but he's going to try to find a better board that's easier to slide. Anyway, that was part of, jumping up and ramble. Anyway, I'm a little grumpy. I'm sorry if I'm grumpy at you too. And that's the second phone call we've gotten this morning. Where if you don't answer, they hang up. They don't leave a message. So I don't know what that's about. We haven't been getting those very much lately. Aura, we changed, we brought Aura's phone number over here, but we do not have an actual phone attached to her number, but it's an internet phone, so we can see who's calling, so that if somebody calls her that she wants to talk to, we can let her know and listen to the message, and she can call them back. But we let everybody know that she's moved here and she's using our phone number. On her phone number, she gets 30 calls a day like that, where nobody talks. 30 calls a day. Well, she used to answer the phone. And we've caught her a couple of times filling out forms. Oh, if I fill this, maybe I told you this, if I fill this out, they'll send me $5. I'm like, no, we'll pay you $5 to not fill that out, because she gives them all her information, including the phone number. And that's how she gets all those phone calls. So anyway, that's my morning. There's no good reason to be grumpy, because really, it's a sunny day. I'm having my second cup of coffee. I'm working on, feeling better. Meanwhile, I did work on my Malin by Isabel Kramer last night. I'm very close to splitting for the sleeves, so I will be well past that by the time we have our Zoom call on Saturday, 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Go to the Ravelry group thread, and then there's a link there. Valerie has set up a link, and I think I changed the date to the 14th. I better check. But it's the 14th. And I'm going to be working on my Malin sweater while we talk. But I might be working on my sleeves by then, because I only have 5 skeins of yarn. It's worsted weight. I'm not sure how long of a sweater that will give me. I'm doing the cowl neck version, and which adds the need for a little more yarn than a, you know, crew neck. So I'm just going to get past, you know, down the body a little ways, and then I'm going to knit the sleeves, and I'm going to knit the collar. And once I have those done, then all the rest of the yarn goes into the body, and I will be able to see, I will be able to make it as long as possible with the 5 skeins. And if it doesn't look like it's going to be enough, I can try to get another skein. Now this is Dream in Color. I don't know what their process is. There were no lot numbers on those skeins, so I'm going to assume that I need to alternate skeins. So I'm close to the end of my first skein, so I'm going to start alternating it with my next skein that I have balled up very shortly, just to make sure that I don't have any crazy color changes in the sweater. I mean, it's going to be fine. It's going to be lovely, but do it just for the, you know, a few inches. As I'm getting to the end of the first ball, I will start alternating with the second. That's my plan. So it's possible I'll be working on the sleeves when we Zoom together. Who knows? Or the neck. I don't know how far I'll get. I did work on it last night, but not for super long. And my arm is sore today, so I don't know if knitting, you know, hurts it. If it does, that's really a bummer. But I did other things yesterday. I did sign up for, you know, and started following some art accounts and some hashtags on Instagram to try to get some ideas for painting and drawing. Although I decided I'm thinking about doing sort of cards. Couple of cards a week. Some might take more than one day. Some will be just quick drawings. Some will be, you know, impressionistic. Some will be abstract. But I really like to send cards that I have made. It might be what's holding up me sending my packages, because I haven't sent them. The winners, Valerie and Lisa and Verena, your packages are not yet in the mail, and partly could be because I don't have any cards. So it just occurred to me that if I make a card a day, or 2 cards a day, or 3 cards a week, or something like that, I will end up with a nice little stack of cards. I can scan them, I can print them off when we get our printer fixed, and send the originals. So feels like that might spark my imagination in my drawing and painting, and would end up giving me some cards. So I'm thinking about doing that. That's my current plan. We'll see what I do today. I'm not sure. I did do some shopping yesterday, so I have a package coming from my art place, which includes some alcohol markers, which I've never used, but I follow a guy on Instagram. This is what happens when I'm on Instagram. I end up buying stuff. So I follow this guy on Instagram that he's using these alcohol markers that really go on, and they look like watercolors, as opposed to the other markers which I bought, which look more like markers, you know. I don't know if you can imagine the difference between those two, but anyway, I'm excited to get those whenever they come. I got a couple of other things, some, you know, waterproof pens and some pencils and things that will forward my plan here, but we shall see. But I'm following some people in Instagram, including some that have actual prompts, and we shall see. But meanwhile, I've been thinking about it, and that made me smile yesterday. I also made the crackers yesterday that I was going to cook, and you know, and I knit some, and I watched some chapters of season 6, which is the Ruby and Raoul season, and and a lot of other people whose names I'm not remembering. And yeah, so that was fun. We did that, you know, and then I watched Enola Holmes Part 2, which is a lot of fun, and I recommend it. But meanwhile, I went to bed a little early. I took a bath, but I still ended up staying in bed a long time and having a grumpy morning. So, boo to that. But I'm working it out. It's working out. I'm feeling better, and a sunny day does not hurt by a lot. So I'm not sure what I'll do today. I hope I do a card. I'm going to do a little knitting, a little cleaning. The place is starting to get a little, you know, cluttery. I swept the other day, but I guess I forgot to sweep the hall because it really needs it, so I'll sweep again. Funny how you could sweep every day when you have 2 dogs. Funny how that works out. So, yeah, putter around the house, putter around the art, I hope a little bit, and putter around the knitting is my plan today. No big other plans. Haven't heard from Kim. She usually comes once a week, but I guess she's not coming today. So, yeah, we'll just be hanging out. Got to figure out how to get Aura out of the house. It feels like lately she's only been going outside to go to the doctor. And she doesn't have a doctor's appointment for another week, so. But it's going to be chilly. Although I guess on Friday it's going to go up to 60. So maybe we'll just go out on the deck. Bundle up out on the deck. For our morning coffee or some such thing. But she's doing pretty well. She, you know, she periodically walks around and she's been playing the piano. So she's actually doing pretty good. So that's the update here. Meanwhile, back at the ranch, I'm feeling much better, thank you. I'm not feeling nearly as grumpy. And, yeah. Deep breaths. I'm wearing my Boxy by Joji Locatelli. It's, this is my first, actually, this is the first Boxy I made. This is made with a Miss Babs Yowza, and Boxy has like sort of a garter stitch detail at the top. I'll show you. I'm sure you're all very familiar with the Boxy, but it's a giant sweater with the skinny sleeves. And, you know, it's like short sleeves. Well, it comes to my elbow. Well, past my elbow, actually. The actual sweater comes practically to my elbow. But here it is. But I always wear this one with in the wintertime, I wear it with a long sleeve turtleneck like I'm doing now. And in the summertime, I wear it with a cami. Because, you know, everything shows when you lift your arm. But I like the Boxy. I like the look of it, and it's a very fun knit. It is a very comforting knit for me. So when I was feeling emotionally and mentally quiet, slow down during the COVID, I actually made 4 Boxies as gifts. Because it's a lot of stockinette going round and round and round. And in fact, on Sunday when I didn't have knitting or anything to do, and I couldn't do the crochet, when I was talking to Christy, she said, oh, you should have a Boxy on the go. Yep, because knitting a Boxy is therapeutic for me, which is why I have knit 6. I am, in the last few years, not a giant gift knitter. And so knitting 4 Boxies as gifts tells you how much therapy I needed. And they were all appreciated, and which is, you know, nice. They were therapy. So maybe I need to just get another Boxy on the go. On my other Boxy, which I showed you not that long ago, is a very light color, and I made it out of sock blanks, echo dyed by Maria Ninja Chickens. And so I don't know what color so that one's like beige, you know, beigey with lots of nice lovely colors. And then I have this one. I don't know, you know, I don't have any green sweaters. Now I had been looking at my wardrobe, 2 years ago and said, oh, I don't have any orange in my wardrobe. Well, now I have a beautiful orange sweater. But, I don't have any green in my wardrobe. I don't have much green, and I really like green. So I need to go through, but I don't really have a lot of green fingering yarn. And I like the fingering boxy. I have the pattern for the worsted boxy, and I tried to make a worsted boxy. In fact, I made a whole boxy out of probably bigger than worsted, and I hated it, and I took it out. I'm using that yarn for my Forest Park, which I'm not working on, but I'm going to. So I need to go through maybe go through my fingering and try to figure out what kind of greens I have in there and put some things together, because of course I have green minis. Problem is the boxy takes a lot of yarn. I wonder if I could do a boxy as a advent. That'd be something. Although I have already figured out that I want to do a vest. I think I'm going to do a vest next year as my advent knitting. In the United States, a vest is essentially a sleeveless sweater that you wear over a shirt or, whatever. I know in Britain, a vest is, I think, underwear. Some kind of underwear shirt. But would be, probably a V-neck, sleeveless, something like that, which I thought would be really cute. As an advent sweater. And I made my mom a vest that she really likes. So I have a pattern for a vest that's very nice. So, and a vest would be really easy too. MacGyver. All right, I'm rambling. So anyway, my boxy by Joji Locatelli, and my sunny day and my better mood. So thank you so much for helping me work through this. And maybe I'll do a card. Maybe I will feel obliged to show you a card tomorrow. No, I'm not making any promises like that. But if I end up with one eventually that I like enough to show you, I will show you. But I'm not going to try to put any pressure on myself. So mark your calendar for Saturday. You can watch me do my sleeves or my neck or whatever I'm going to be working on my Malin sweater. Hopefully the knitting isn't hurting my arm too much. It doesn't feel like it does, except, it's achy this morning, so who knows. But I have a lot of trouble not lifting things. I mean, although when I made the crackers yesterday, I put the pot holder in my left hand, and that worked great. I'm thinking about wearing a sling on my right arm just to remind myself I'm not supposed to use it. It might work. Anyway, please take good care of yourselves. Please, please. And I will talk to you tomorrow. Stay safe. I cut myself off. Stay safe and stay sane.